Hey there guys, so today we have another review and this is a beer from Smuttynose. This is their Baltic Porter. I recently reviewed their really old dog brown ale and people were recommending this beer to me. I've only had it once before and it's always awesome to see a beer that you've had a while ago and sort of see how the beer develops on your palate, I guess as you've developed your palate on the way, and to see if your expectations of the beer and thoughts of the beer have changed. This is a 9% Baltic Porter, as I said, and interesting conversation came up with a friend and I. Baltic Porters actually were traditionally lagered. So you might see beers like Jack's Abbey's Framingham and their barrel-aged Framingham series. Those beers are lagered and they're considered Baltic Porters instead of Imperial Stouts. And this beer is just like in that tradition, and it is a lagered beer, but I guess, with the same kind of malt bill and hops as an Imperial Stout. So that sort of distinction, the stout porter distinction is sort of fallen away, but right now Baltic Porter Imperial Stout sort of has that distinction. So let's again, beer comes in nice dark black color, nice light brown head on that, really nice and black. Wow, yeah. Let me actually pour out a little bit more. I'm curious to see. Yep, dark brown color. Yeah, pretty dark. Let's get the aroma on this. Oh wow, that is not Imperial Stout on the aroma. Pretty different. I'm getting a nice spiciness, almost as if it was hoppy, a little bit of earthiness, a little bit of floral hops even. Yeah, spiciness. Yeah, there you go, spiciness. Actually reminds me a little bit of the really old dog brown. It's almost as if there was a spice in here again, almost like a cardamom or something. I guess the yeast that they're using has that kind of aroma. A touch of roasted malt, a touch of milk chocolate. Awesome stuff. Cheers. Oh, wow. That's really great on the palate. Wow, that's awesome. Oh, still has that kind of spicy note, yeah. Up front. Roasted malt and this like kind of chewy milk chocolate. Reminds me a little bit of a milk stout, a really thick imperial milk stout. Really rich and creamy. Just a lot of like ganache, mousse, chocolate mousse, something like that. Just like a creamy dessert that's filled with chocolate. Really nice and rich and sort of just goes on the palate really wonderfully. Mouthfeel's all right. It's medium. Not too chewy, but not thin. So yeah, medium plus. But on that back end, I'm also getting that kind of spiciness. Yeah, similar note that I was getting in the really old dog brown, but not offensive on this one. It cleans up the beer, if anything. Again, offers this, again, I guess it's the hops, but it's spicy. So it's almost like again, as if you threw cardamom or some other spices in this beer. It sort of attacks the palate and sort of opens everything up. Really wonderful, creamy. Yeah, really creamy mouthfeel. Wow. Almost as if you poured something like whole milk or half and half into a beer. It has that richness. It's really creamy. It's really wonderful. Really wonderful combination. Again, that like creamy mouthfeel along with that chocolate, coffee, a little bit of coffee bitterness on the back end. But really a lot of kind of milk chocolate kind of flavor throughout. Really nice stuff. Really rich, yeah. I really like that rose character. It's really delicious. A creamy, chocolatey rose character. I could drink a good amount of this, and it's 9%. So, accessible beer. It used to be in a bomber. Now it's around this, almost the same price as a bomber. Actually, not the same price, but something like $12 for a 4-pack of this. Amazing stuff. Highly recommended. For me as a rating, this beer is getting, oh wow. I wish it didn't have that kind of spiciness on the back end. Maybe a little bit more explosive aroma. I could use a little bit more mouthfeel, but I really like the flavor up front and the mid palate and most of the way through. As for rating, this beer is getting 96. Highly recommended. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.